All right. Hello, wonderful third period students. All right. Hopefully, I want you guys gathered, sort of spread out a little bit, but in the middle of the room. You only have a couple of sheets to do each day, and they vary in difficulty. Okay. So I don't want anybody gathered in the back corner. That's just too far from the teacher. So when you're done with your work, you can turn it in, and you may play on the board on one of the games where there should be a link right down here. All right, right down here. Of course, this link came from right here. I'll put those links are on every day's assignments. Okay, so I'm going to do some examples. I'm going to do this in all-in-one video, and this is the same video for the whole week. Okay, so I'm going to do a few example problems from every day. It shouldn't take too long at all. None of these are particularly difficult. And I think once you're reminded how to do it, it'll be a really good review for you. Equations and expressions and solving, that sort of thing. Okay? So, first thing we're going to start right into, and Carrie, you're not going to love this, but we're going to start right into a little bit of writing some linear equations. All right? So, there's two ways to do this. I'm going to do it the easier way. I'm going to do it, well, I don't say it's easier, I say it's using a strategy. Okay? So, this is what your sheet looks like, page 159. These are the first two problems on it. It gives you two things, m, which hopefully you remember is the slope, and a single point on the line. So, best thing to do, I think, in my opinion, you only have two choices for the answers. It's either this g or this r. And they're very different. They both have the same slope. See, the slope's that number right in front of the x, and that matches the slope that they gave us. So we're good there. But one of them crosses the y-axis at 1, and the other one crosses the y-axis at -4, and that's a big difference. So we're just going to show this thing, see what it looks like, okay? We know it passes through 3, 2, so we're going to graph the point 3, 2, there it is, and the slope is 2. So we go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. There's our line. Does that line look like it passes through this y-axis at 1, which would be here, or at -4, which would be down here? Obviously, -4. Okay, let's do one more. And by the way, I'm giving you the answers to the first two, so pay attention here. So this first one, they give you the slope as -3, and then it passes through 1, 4. So there's 1, 4 right there. That's the point, 1, 4. And the slope is -3. So I'm going down 3 and over 1. So it's quite a steep line. That's what our line looks like. And does that look like it passes through the y-axis at +7 or +2? I would say definitely +7. So the second one is O. All right, and then page 160. This will finish it up for Monday, or for Thursday and Friday, which is just tomorrow and 2 days from now. What happened when two fruit companies merged? So this time they're just giving us the 2 points that the line passes through. So let's do our xy axis. We're going to graph the point 1, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be right there. I'll do that in red. And then we're going to graph the point 2, 7. 1, 2, and that's going to be about right here. Okay? If you were to say, now these two possible answers have different slopes. So let's just figure out the slope between these two. This one goes up to 5 and this one goes up to 7. So we're going up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1 has a slope of 2 over 1, or, wait, that doesn't match either one of them. Hold on. I'm redoing this one real quick. 1, 5, 2, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. There's more answers to that. Hang on just a second. Let me grab that sheet. Yeah, there's more answers to that one. There's a lot more answers than just the 2. It doesn't work like this one at the top. So we do have to figure out the slope between these two. We have to figure out the slope between these two, which best way to do that is just rise over run. That would give us up 2 and over 1, so our slope is 2. So we know we're looking at something that's y equals 2x something. And then it looks to me like it passes through the y-axis at 3. So I would look for one that says y equals 2x plus 3. You're allowed to use graph paper. It's over here underneath the regular paper. So if you want to grab some graph paper, that'll give you a really nice exact graph. You can use rulers. I've got some rulers in my left drawer, which Miss Beeler will give you. All right. Now, next page is Monday and Tuesday. This is Monday, March 14th, and Tuesday, March 15th. It's the same assignment since I have different students both days. I know Carrie and Braden are the same both days, but you guys can work on something from your algebra class. But you do have to just sort of stay quiet. Keep it to a low roar, okay? Much like today. Y'all were really focused and working today. So this page, this quiz 1 from 8/13/22 has 3 different sections on it. One of them is just plugging it in the calculator. I mean, -5 minus 4 is -9. That's it. That's -5 minus 4. This, you're replacing the variables. So we're going to replace z with 4, and we're going to replace x with 4 also, and that equals 48. Calculator work. Over here, we're solving for n. We'll divide both sides by 3. N equals -9. All right? And then down here, we're just distributing. They're all distribution. So we're taking the 5 and multiplying it by the 2n. We're taking the 5 and multiplying it by that 2n squared. That would be 10n squared. You don't do anything with the n squared. You don't multiply it or anything. And then the 5 times the n is just 5n. This next one, multiply the 3n times 8n squared, and we get 24n to the third. I know that looks funny. Minus 6n squared. When you multiply n's, you add those exponents. All right? We're almost done here. Wednesday and Thursday of next week, March 16th and March 17th. These are the same assignments for both days. And this is probably among the harder all week. If you have trouble, ask Carrie about this because she was extremely good at this when we were doing Jeopardy last week. All right? So you're looking for 2 numbers. This is going to factor into 2 binomials. It's called trinomial into 2 binomials. There's a trinomial, 3 terms. This is 2 binomials. Each one of them is going to have 2 terms. The first term is just the square root of that term, or what multiplies to get that first term. N times n gives n squared. So n and n go here. Now, our 2 numbers that go here and here have to multiply to get that, and at the same time, the same 2 numbers add to get this. All right? So I'm going to go with plus 4. I've been doing this a long time, so I have a feel for it. Plus 4 minus 2. Plus 4 minus 2 multiply to -8. And they also, at the same time, the same 2 numbers add up to 2. All right? And the one at the bottom here, quadratic formula. I'm going to remind you of the quadratic formula. I would have you all write it down right now. Okay? Write it down right now. Quadratic formula is -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And then you just rewrite it and replace everything with a, b, and c. All right? So we got -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times 2 times -119. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to use a calculator to find it. Over 2a. A is 2, so 2 times 2. All right, let me grab a calculator, and we'll finish this up. -4 times 2 times -19. I hit plus. That's fun. I got to redo the whole little. Okay, that's 152. 9 plus 152 is 161, which does not have a square root. So our final answer to this ends up being, I'm going to put it up here just for simplicity's sake, -3 plus or minus the square root of 161 over 4. And done. That's number 1 there. All right, one more page here and we're almost done. Everyone is to take on Friday, the 18th, everyone is to take a star reading. If you don't take the reading, take the math. Now, a couple of words. Last time, Phelan spent about 3 minutes taking the math and 3 minutes taking the reading. And it was reflected in your score, I'm sorry to say. There was no effort whatsoever, and that's sort of an official thing that goes into the computer. So I really hate to see that. I hate to see y'all self-sabotage like that. People are going to look at those test results and say, what happened? What happened? And you're all capable of making excellent percentiles on this, so just do your best. Do your best. Carrie, you were so impressive last time. You worked out problems. You had a scratch sheet. McKinley had a scratch sheet of paper last time. He wasn't afraid to write things down. Write things down. Use scratch paper. You can't use a calculator on the STAR, but use calculator if you're taking the math. If you're taking the reading, make sure to stay quiet. Concentrate on the passages as if they're really fascinating and interesting, and do your best. Read all 4 answers before you decide. But before your time runs out, go ahead and click an answer. It's better to have an answer than no answer, okay? And then at the bottom, these are some simple equations. I've got just one page for you since you did your STAR today, page 35, and we're just doing some simple equations. Like number 1 is 3n plus 5 equals 6. Equals 6. I'm subtracting 5 from both sides. Remember, both sides the equal sign, right? And then 3n equals 1. Divide both sides by 3. 3's cancel. And n is equal to 1/3. Okay? Let's do the second one. 4 plus 5x equals 1. This is a reminder, don't get stuck in a pattern, because every problem looks a little bit different. Every equation looks a little bit different. You don't get stuck in a pattern. Instead, learn the concept. What are we trying to do? We're trying to get x by itself. So we need to get rid of 4. We're going to subtract it from both sides. Now the 5x is all that's left on the left. We have a negative 3 over here. Divide both sides by 5. And x equals negative 3/5. The 5's cancel right there. All right? That is it. I hope you guys have a good week. I hope you've had a good week. I hope Miss Beeler is having a good time managing the classroom. And you guys just stay good, make good choices. All right. I'm proud of you guys. I want to see all of this work turned in the bin over there, and I will see you on Monday the 21st. Okay. Bye bye.